Hello, everyone. Thank you for stopping by to see me today. Do I have some videos for you today? How many of y'all believe in God? Put it on down in the comment section. How many of you don't? Because you feel if there was a God, all this stuff that's going on now in the world would not be happening. All the stuff that's going on in your life will not be happening. You have prayed and prayed and prayed. God has not answered your prayers. And now you believe there is no such thing as a God. Man is the supreme being on this planet, in this universe. It's all about man, the human race. Man rules the universe. Man rules the earth. Man rules everything. Man created everything. There's no such thing as a God, y'all. I'm going to show you this one lady. She's pretty upset and pissed and mad. I don't know what happened in her life. A lot of us have had things that happened in our life that was tragic. I lost a grandson. That was tragic. And you think I would be bitter. You think I would. Okay. I was not happy. Don't get me wrong. I was sad. And I felt bad for my daughter. Yes, I did. But I know and I feel it within my spirit. It was for a reason, y'all. Everything has a reason and a time. You may not believe that, but it does. Even when you are born into this world, you are on a time limit. There's a reason people die early. There's a reason people can't get their life together. There's a reason for everything in your life. You are the one got to figure out that reason. You, okay? But I know people get mad, tell you that there's no God. Well, I'm going to show you these people. Some of them are angry. And I think I have two videos that are talking about God. Y'all see my shirt? How you like my shirt? How you like it? You see these? Two candle holders. They're wonderful. They look great, y'all. I think they hold tapered candles. It would look great on your table. It would. It has that crazy design on it. It's not cracked. It looked like it's cracked, but it's not. Beautiful. They are so nice. Will look good on your table. Will look great. Wonderful. All right. Very cute, y'all. Very cute. And I have these right here. They're spoon rest holders. Spoon rest. They're from Italy. I have 3 of them. You're going to see them on my channel. I'm going to say on my Knick-Knack Hate, my eBay store. From Italy. You see that? Italy. So cute. Look like you can hang them up or something. I don't know what that is. See that right there? See that? Okay, let me move right along. I'm sorry. I just had to show y'all that. Thank you for the PayPal, the Cash App to buy me a coffee. Thank you for the super thanks. Thank you for everything. I appreciate everything that y'all do for me. I really do. Thank you so much. Moving right along. Here's the first video. God ain't real. I want y'all to watch this whole video because it's important. Okay? Watch the whole thing. Even you atheists, when you come over here, watch the whole entire video. You might be inspired, you might not, but it's okay. You can comment too, down in the comment section, respectfully. Did you hear what I said? I said respectfully, all right? I got on my Jesus shirt today, my Jesus Temu special. My sister had one. I had to get one too. I usually don't buy from Temu, but I did like this shirt. I did like it, y'all. I did. All right. Moving right along. It's really appropriate for this video. Okay, here we go. God ain't real. This is the woman that's upset and mad and angry. Listen to her. I'm going to be kind of long-winded today. I just might. Get your popcorn out. Here she go. God ain't real, she said. God is not real.
God ain't real. He ain't real. Period. If God was real, then why is everybody that's molesting children being protected and people going homeless? God is not fucking real.
Well, she got a point with that right there. She got a point with that part right there. She got a point. But like I said, there's always a reason, y'all. There's always a reason things happen in life. Always a reason. Okay? Always.
And don't you stupid ass cocksucking Christians come out and say, oh, well, everything is in God's plan. Fuck God.
Oh, something bad has happened in this woman's life. Something bad. She ain't the only one that thinks like that. She's not. She's speaking with heart. And a lot of people's going to feel the same way that she does because she's speaking with heart. Why would God allow something to happen to little children? Why? Especially so bad. Something that's like unforgivable. Children. Hurting children. Why would God allow that? Why he doesn't intervene? Why? I have no idea, y'all. I have no idea. I'm not God. I can't answer that for you. I cannot. And nobody can. Not even her. You know she's mad and angry. She can't answer that for you. She can't.
Yeah, motherfuckers is out here hoarding money. Shit the Bible tell you that you're not supposed to do. But what's happening to them? Nothing that the Bible said was going to happen because God ain't real.
Ooh.
People out here looking for fucking jobs who serve God wholeheartedly. Can't find no motherfucking job. Every time something happened that you get, you be like, God bless me. Well, no, he didn't. God didn't bless you with shit. I bet if a person came up to you and said you got that shit all laying on your back, you tell them you busted your ass. Ooh. You went to school. You went to work. What God do? God set it ahead and he put it in place before me. No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
She's saying God ain't had nothing to do with your job. God ain't have nothing to do with good stuff that has been happening in your life. God had nothing to do with it. It was you. You did those things for yourself. God didn't. How does she know that? How does she know?
Shit. No, he didn't. God ain't real.
Ooh.
Shit.
Ooh.
Especially not the one y'all call yourselves serving. How you gonna ask a war god for peace?
She called him a war god because he's letting stuff happen, letting people die. You know, like way back in slavery, people died. Why God did not intervene? Why? Why he let black people be slaves? Why? Why was there a civil war in the United States and many people died? Why? Why did he let Hitler kill all those Jews? Why?
How you ask a murdering God for some peace? This God that y'all talking about, this whole Christian shit, is a bunch of bullshit. And y'all, then I saw some peckerwood come up to me in the motherfucking Walmart talking about, oh, you can put somebody crone.
Did she say peckerwood? She talking about you white people. You know, that's what we used to call them back in our day, peckerwoods. Damn. They still say that today? She must be kind of old. She know better, y'all.
And I don't know, Nick Cone, he can prove to you everything that's in the Bible. You can't prove shit that's in the Bible because shit in the Bible ain't fucking real.
Ooh.
Ain't none of that shit in the Bible happen. None of it.
How you know? How do you know? Did you live way back when? Did you? Huh? How do you know the stuff in the history books is real? How do you know? You don't think man created some of that stuff in the history books and told some lies? You don't? So you believe everything that everybody tell you if it's not in the Bible, I'm going to believe it because I seen it with my own eyes. That Bible ain't real. Y'all didn't see it with your own eyes. Hell, y'all didn't see that stuff that so-called happened in the history books. You didn't see that with your own eyes. Okay, man told you that. Man told you. You were not back in that era. You were not.
It ain't even no evidence of any of that shit even happening anyway. No evidence nowhere. Got evidence of people existing. Got evidence of dinosaurs existing. Ain't got no evidence of the shit that happened in the Bible.
Oh.
None. Ain't found a cross. Ain't found no tombstone with no bones in it.
They did find something. Didn't they find something? Put it on down there in the comment section, y'all. I remember something like that. They found something. Okay. Something to do with Jesus. Put it on down there and let me know. Okay. Like I said, people don't do their research. People don't do, their homework on stuff. She's just saying stuff, and a lot of people are going to believe her. They're going to believe her because they don't do their homework either.
And let's be clear. Elijah was the only person whose full body ascended to heaven. So where the fuck Jesus' body at?
So you believe in Elijah's body descending into heaven? But you don't believe that there is a Jesus? You don't believe he died upon the cross? You don't believe in God Almighty? But you believe that someone's body descended into heaven? What kind of mess is that? What kind? Put it on down there in the comment section while I sip on my coffee.
It ain't real. Jesus wasn't real. God ain't real. Ain't none of this shit real. Y'all just sitting up here buying fucking books, listening to all these people. Capitalism has got y'all ass stuck on a fake ass God. God is not real.
Why is it always the people that's having problems in their life? Horrible problems. Are the ones who keep saying that God is not real. Things are happening in their life that they're not pleased with. And because God hasn't helped them, God hasn't done anything to help them with their sorrows. So they're going to say God is not real. They're going to blame a no God. There's no God. God don't help everybody. There's a reason why God don't help everybody. Like I said, there is a reason. Now, I can't tell you why God won't help you. I can't tell you. I can't tell you why God don't help children. Why some people lose their life. I can't tell you. And they can try to explain it to you, some people. Okay? But they really don't know either. They can maybe just give you maybe some few pointers about it. That's about it. But nobody knows God's mind. Nobody. Okay? Nobody. Let's go to the next person. This person said God isn't good. God is not good. God is not good. If he let you suffer and let things happen in your life, God can't be good. He can't be good.
I don't believe that there's a man in the sky, but hypothetically, if there was a so-called God, he ain't doing a good job. And his resume don't look too good. It seems like everything God has touched has turned to shit.
Ooh.
And you can blame it on humans, but if you go to the root of everything, your almighty creator, the God, it's the root problem. Just think about everything he's made. He created the devil. The devil's once his angel and all this other stuff. And the devil turned out to be what?
You created your children, and they turned out to be devils. A lot of y'all had kids, had babies. You thought they were going to be the sweetest thing ever. And they turned out to be little devils, little demons, little murderers, little everything. So how can you say that? How can you say that about God? God don't control your mind. God give you free will. I know that people keep saying, Sandfay girl, we don't care about free will. We don't care about free will. God's supposed to be almighty. He gave you free will to do as you please. So if you want to be a murderer, you can be one. If you want to be a pedo, you can be one. But God don't protect the children, though. That's the main thing. God does not protect the children. You're supposed to protect your children. You are. Move right along.
To Christianity, the worst entity that exists in the universe. Created by who? God, the all-knowing God, who knows what everybody is going to do. So he knew this was going to happen. And
You think God knows what's going to happen with everybody? How many people on this earth? Is about 1 billion? You think all these voices are going into God's head and he's hearing everything that everybody, all these prayers. So he sees everything. He feels everything. He knows everything. That's just like you having an ant farm. You gonna know everything that the ants are thinking? You have a whole bunch of dogs and cats and animals, a whole bunch of them. You're going to know everything that the dogs and cats are thinking? You're going to know everything? Well, Sandfay girl, he's supposed to be superior. Yeah, he's superior, all right, because he created you. He's the creator. But you think he's going to know everything, every little move, every minute, every second, everything that you're doing and thinking, everything? Maybe he focuses on some people more than he do others. Maybe so. But I have no idea. Nobody knows what God is thinking. So y'all need to stop that. Y'all need to stop it.
On top of that, the same God created Adam and Eve. Them the ones who messed everything up. Them and this devil, according to Christianity. And then on top of this, God created sin. There was no such thing as sin. God created everything out of darkness, according to Christianity.
God didn't create sin, fool. Man created sin. By sinning. You think God created sin? I'm going to create sin. I'm going to let it be chaos in this world. I want to see chaos. I want to sit back like I'm watching a movie. I want to see the darkness. I'm going to create darkness. I'm going to create evil. I'm going to create everything. So I want to sit back and watch a movie to see how man handles it. I want to do that. Man.
And he also created this thing called sin. He could have just not made sin. Everything could have just been smooth. He created that too.
Everything was smooth. It was at first. Y'all know what happened.
Everything that God has touched has come to ruin. It's turned into straight shit. Ooh. And everybody wants to make excuses. Oh, you know, it's humans. Humans created by who?
Something is going on in his life. Like I said, there's always the people like him and the other lady that deny God. I rather believe there is a God than not to believe. If I'm wrong, what's going to happen to me? If you wrong, what's going to happen to you? What's going to happen to you? Man is not the supreme being, y'all. Man is not. Okay.
Then you point out the churches. It's supposed to be God's house. Look at all the corrupt shit going on inside the church. Oh, but it's humans. Humans created by who and whose house? God's house. Sounds like God doesn't have a reliable resume to me. He ain't doing that good of a job, damn it.
Maybe that's to you, and maybe there's a reason why God ain't into your life, why God is not helping you, why God don't believe that you are worthy. There's a reason for everything, like I keep saying. There is a reason. Moving right along, okay? This person right here said, God doesn't exist. Okay. Here we go. Listen to this man, this person right here. I forgot if it's a man or a woman.
I'm about to prove 100% that there is no man up in the sky that's protecting any of y'all. Anybody. No Jesus, God, none of that. It's all fake. And if you think I'm lying, I challenge any Christian, any of y'all religious people to do this, because this is what y'all call what? The Lord's Day, the Sabbath, whatever you want to call it. Y'all going to church today or already went, or you there right now? I want all of y'all watching this to do this. And it'll prove that a God is real. I want y'all to go to God in prayer, because he says, ask and you shall receive. Ask God to cure all the innocent sick children by tomorrow or by the end of next week. Because these kids ain't did nothing to nobody. God protects, right? God is fair. God is love. All these other things, as y'all say. If all of y'all come together in prayer, just millions, if this get millions of views, I want millions of y'all to pray to God to cure all these sick children with cancer and all these other diseases and just make them healthy.
Y'all gonna do that? Y'all gonna do it? Y'all gonna do it? Y'all gonna test it? Y'all gonna test God? That's what he's telling y'all to do. Test God to see if he's gonna get rid of all the illnesses in children, all this cancer, all the things that are happening to children. Test God. Y'all gonna do it? Put it on down there. Don't y'all pray every day already? God to help you and your family and to help other people? So basically, you're trying to tell God what to do. That's what you're trying to do. You're trying to control God. You're trying to see if God is real. I'm going to control him. We're going to see. We are going to see if God is going to help you. And then we're going to prove that there is no God. And we're going to prove that if there is a God, he's evil. God is really the devil. That's what they're saying. That's what they're saying, y'all. But people, it don't work like that. It don't. Okay? You can't tell God what to do. Some people got to leave this earth. Everybody can't stay here. That including children, adults, animals, trees, plants. We got to leave here. You're not promised to live here forever. You're not promised to have a good life forever. It's not promised. But y'all act like it is. Why some people going to pray? Then they're going to come back and say, I prayed and children still passing away. Watch them do that. Watch it.
Guess what? I guarantee God ain't gonna do it. You know why? Because there's nobody up there, man. Just air and clouds. That's all you see up there. There's no man up in the sky. And y'all can't say that this God protects y'all, because why do you, as a grown-ass adult who have done all type of mistakes, get blessed by God? But these kids who've been here a year, 4 years, 10 years, ain't did nothing to nobody, don't even understand the concept of wrong. Why they gotta suffer? Don't say it's because of Adam and Eve, because y'all also say God protects. So let God do the protecting. And I promise you, he ain't going to do it. Jesus ain't going to do it. Neither one of them, or if it's the same one, there's no power in that stuff.
Y'all believe him? Put it on down in the comment section. He's angry. He's angry. They're all angry. But that's all right. I'm trying to play some more. I don't want to be too long because I can really be long on this topic right here. All right. Now, this person here, he's doing, how do you prove God? This is what this person is saying right here. How do you prove? How do you prove, y'all? Put it on down in the comment section. Here we go.
All right, someone just sent me this question. Says, how do I talk to someone who says they don't believe in God? Or how do I prove that God exists to someone who doesn't believe? It's a good question. And here's my answer. You don't. You don't prove God. God is not a math problem. He's not an equation. He's a person. He's a presence. He's a reality. The truth is, God doesn't need us to prove his existence.
Right.
He proves himself by himself every single day. Now, I get it. Some of us ask this question not because we want to get into a debate, but because we probably care about somebody or a friend or a sibling or a coworker, and you love them and you're praying for them. And you're saying, God, how do I get through to them? And I feel that tension. But let me say this. The goal isn't to win an argument. It's to witness to them through love. Romans 1:20 says, for since the creation of the world, God's invisible qualities, his eternal power and divine nature have been clearly seen, being understood from what has been made, so that people are without excuse. In other words, creation itself is the evidence. The complexity of the human body, evidence. The precision of the universe, evidence.
How do we get here, y'all? Were we created? from the universe, the earth, the animals, the wind, the trees, the water, the people. We had to be created some type of way. So you're trying to tell me we just formed? We're going to get to it. Hold on.
The existence of morality, logic, love, and conscience evidence that doesn't just come from nowhere. C.S. Lewis said, I believe in Christianity as I believe that the sun has risen, not only because I see it, but because by it I see everything else. Well, that'll preach. Now, I'm not saying that there aren't intellectual hurdles, because there are. People got questions and they have some valid ones. And it's okay to not have all the answers.
Mm-hmm.
You're not God's lawyer.
Right.
You're his witness.
Right.
And so here's what I've learned. People don't reject God because of proof. They usually reject God because of pain.
Mm-hmm.
Or
right.
something that they can't explain. Like, why would God allow this thing to happen?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they lost someone. Maybe they lost someone. Maybe they got hurt by somebody. Maybe they experienced some church hurt. Maybe life disappointed them in a way that they didn't expect. Maybe they prayed and they felt like nothing happened. So then they decided, if God was real, then why would he let this happen?
Right.
That's not an intellectual issue. That's a heart wound.
Mm-hmm.
And no argument will heal that.
I told you, it's got to have something to do with what has happened in their life. Maybe it didn't happen to them. Maybe it happened to someone in their family, or a friend, or a coworker, or something. They prayed and they prayed and they prayed and they prayed, and that person died anyway. People going to die, y'all. People going to die. People have to die. The world cannot be overpopulated. It just can't. Okay. Like I said, children going to die, people going to die, animals going to die, trees are going to die, everything's going to die. You only here temporarily. You were born to die. You were. So stop praying. Stop praying that prayer. If it's a person's time to go, they gotta go. I was doing all that prayer. I was praying my butt off, and I finally realized my grandson is going to leave this earth because it is his time. Even though he chose his time, it's still his time to go. It was heartbreaking. It really was. But it did not deter my faith from God. It did not.
Only love can heal that wound. So what do? You live your faith out loud.
Right.
You love them harder. You ask questions like, can I tell you what God has done in my life? Would it be okay if I pray even if you don't believe?
You're wasting your time. No matter what you tell them that God did for you, they're not going to believe it. Because it didn't happen for them. Their heart is broken. They have been scorned by God. So you can forget it. Or you can try to tell them because you're a kind person, you're a nice person, and you want them to feel better. You're trying to help them to feel better. But most likely it would not help at all. I'm just telling you.
What happened that made you feel like God wasn't there?
Right.
Lead those conversations with compassion, not correction. And maybe, just maybe, when they see your peace in the middle of the storm, when they see your joy that doesn't make sense because they know what you're going through, when they see your integrity, your forgiveness, your purpose, they'll say, whatever it is you have, I want that. And then that's your moment. Okay, last thing. If you're worried that you don't have the right words to say, don't. The Bible says in Luke 12:12 that the Holy Spirit will teach you at that time what you should say. Lean on him. You do not need a theology degree to love people well. You just need to know the God you say you believe in.
Right.
And here's the best part. You don't bring people to God. God draws them. It's John 6. You're just the invitation. So stop putting pressure on yourself to prove God. Just live like he's real, and that'll say more than your words ever could.
Live a Christ-like life. People will see that nothing bothers you, and they will wonder why he acts like that. You remember Job? The patience of Job lost all his children, but he still lived Christ-like. He still prayed to God. He still worshiped God. That's hard right there. I know y'all don't believe in the Bible. I know you don't. That didn't happen, Sandfay girl. That did not happen. How you know? Were you back there? Were you? Like I said, you believe in that history book. You believe in that man. You believe in that woman. But you can't believe in the Bible. You can't. All right. Last one. Y'all. Listen to this person right here. An atheist proved that God exists and don't even know it.
So the old folk used to have this saying, you too smart for your own good.
Could you make the case for why aliens probably do exist, and also the case for why they probably don't exist?
No, they surely exist.
Keep in mind, this guy is an atheist who believes God does not exist, but he is for sure, surely, aliens exist.
So to say we're alone, that's just you're being philosophically irresponsible.
So if aliens can exist, God can exist? If alien exists, that means somebody had to create the aliens too, right? Right? They just formed too, just like the human beings on earth? That's what y'all trying to say? Put it on down in the comment section. They trying to say everything was formed on its own. Ain't no such thing. Nobody gave us a heart. Nobody gave us a brain. Nobody gave man a dang-a-lang. Nobody gave a woman a uterus. It all just formed on its own through the ground. Y'all don't believe in miracles? You don't?
Did you catch that? It is philosophically irresponsible to say we're alone when talking about aliens, but then when we talk about God, somehow we're illogical. Or we them unintellectual Christians that just believe stuff by faith. Who's using the faith now? Okay, and I know how you would respond. No, we're looking at the evidence. We are too. At the most basic level, the evidence shows something can't come from nothing. Everything didn't just appear out of nowhere.
Something can't come from nothing. It did not appear out of nowhere. Something can't come from nothing. So where do we come from? Scientists tried to tell us. They act like the world just formed on its own and we just became beings. Maybe we grew from the ground like a tree. Just grew from the ground.
So logically speaking, evidence-wise, there has to be a creator. And then the next question comes, well, who created a creator? Well, if you understand in philosophical terms, there has to be a prime reality. That's the eternal God, the creator. So yeah, follow Jesus. Oh yeah, and hit the follow. Let's talk about it.
I always wondered that part myself. There's a God, then who created God? It can go on up the chain. If there's an eternal God, then who created the eternal God? I mean, it can go up. But that's a mystery to everyone. I think even the pastors, because they can never answer that question. And I know it's another question they cannot ask. If Adam and Eve were the only two people on earth, God created Adam and Eve. And they had two boys, Cain and Abel. Cain killed Abel. Abel was sent out from the Garden of Eden. went to another land. He got himself a wife. Where did those people come from? Where did they come from? This is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking maybe, just maybe, God created other people too in other lands. And Adam and Eve thought they were the only ones. Because there's no way they can go off somewhere and there's other people there. Okay. I know they live, I don't know how long back then. People used to live for hundreds of years. If y'all can explain that, put it on down in the comment section for me. Put it on down there. You Bible toting people, I love you. Some of y'all are really good at the Bible. Some of you really are. Okay. And some of y'all just holding that Bible just to be holding it, to try to make us think that you are a good person. And some of y'all just as evil. Evil as the devil. Some of y'all are. All right. Go down in the comment section and tell me what you think about this video. Do you believe that God is real? Are you an atheist? Let us know down in the comment section. It's okay. You ain't got to answer to us. Like I said. Okay. If I'm wrong because I believe, what's going to happen to me when this world comes crumbling down? What's going to happen to you because you don't believe in God? What's going to happen to you? I'm going to the kingdom of heaven. Where are you going? I might go there. I might. According to how good I've been. But I'm just saying. Because I believe and I abide by the Bible, but God knows I'm not perfect. Okay? He still may let me come into those pearly gates. He just might. But where are you going? Where are you going? Because you never believe. You never ever. That's why I always say, I rather believe than not to believe. I rather do. Man is not the supreme being. He's not. With all that being said, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. And watch the next video coming up. Thank you. Yeah.